Hello,
and welcome
back.
Wait. What was the thing? Do you want to come up with a new thing right now?
Yeah. Hello, and welcome to... Yeah.
The next episode
of
An Hour of
BS featuring
Carson Coombs
and Brandon Seaman.
Wow. Look at that. Another episode.
Cool. So today we are going to talk about Green, Ohio.
Green, Ohio. Now, the very place in which we live.
Which is also kind of very scary because it's going on YouTube, so anybody can watch us and know exactly where we live. However,
Not exactly.
I'm confident that we could be in Green Wayne County. Okay? So if you're out there trying to get us, well, guess what? You're going to have to look at two different places. Okay. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Green, Ohio, and this is, like Brandon said, where we reside.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
It means we live here.
We live here. So Brandon had a list of different topics for things that we can talk about, and I was like, Green, Ohio? This is very interesting, but I feel like there's a lot to talk about. Mm-hmm. So what are some things we're going to talk about in today's episode?
We're going to talk about the things that are here and what we do here. And
we're going to talk about pros and cons. Yeah, so...
in other places, how they compare and contrast.
Yeah, for sure. So to start out, I feel like... Let's start out. Have you lived in Green your whole life?
Yes.
Since day one?
Since
day zero?
Since day zero, I've been right here.
Same. I've lived in Green my whole life, too.
In the same house, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I was right down the road. I lived at a different house when I was 8 until I was a year and a half, then we moved. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so I've lived here my whole life, and it's honestly changed so much.
It has.
And I think that's what's so cool about Green, because, it's just constantly developing, so.
Remember when, that place where Starbucks is, that wasn't there. It was all just cornfield.
Okay, but here's the thing. I want to remember, I keep trying to tell myself, what did it look like before? Because it was very, I used to always see it. It was wooded areas, right?
It was a cornfield. I think there was a little patch of trees, but...
yeah, but...
it was mostly farmland, that.
Yeah, and, I remember always going by that and, not seeing anything there, and then, now I can't envision, what it looked like before.
And that circle used to be a T-junction.
Same. Yeah, so, right there. I cannot... Now,
I
was
can't
at an
picture
age...
it either.
Yeah, I was at an age where I remembered it, and I cannot picture for the life of me what that looked like.
Oh, no, and neither can I. It's just, all I know... whenever I try and picture the junction that used to be there, I'm like...
I don't even remember my car, my parents' car stopping at a red light there.
No, neither do I.
I remember...
when I think about it, I can't even picture a light being there, but I know it was there. You know?
Right. But we're gonna have to look up, see if there's any pictures that we can find for that. The cornfield and that.
Mm-hmm. Green, Ohio before and
before and after, I don't know. But, for real, it's so... How do you, do you really love living here, or are you, what do you think about it?
I'm good with living here. I'm chilling.
Cool. So you see yourself, will you ever move and come back, or are you kind of planning on just living here your whole... Well, I mean, college. Let's go past college for, in the future.
Well, after college, I guess it depends on what kind of job I have, but, I mean, I could, if my job, allowed me to be here, I could see myself being here, but I could also see myself being, maybe a little bit away, but... Mm-hmm. Somewhere in an area like this, I feel is where I'm going to end up.
Gotcha.
What about you?
So, I think this is where I want to end up, but I know that, I'm going to be traveling a lot. Mm-hmm. So, I know everyone's has heard it, but I know I want to live in New York for quite some time, probably 2 or 3 years.
Right.
And then I want to go, I could see myself, moving to Florida for a few years, something like that, and then being here, but mainly I'll be living here. I don't because I am very much of a family person, so I want to be close to my family and friends and all that sort of stuff. So that's why I would still live here. But yeah, so I don't know. What are some pros and cons of living in Green, Ohio?
Pros, I'd say it's pretty quiet. I mean, I don't think it's not super busy all the time. You can just you can go do whatever you want and not have to be bothered by other people. I feel like,
Right.
where maybe
right.
in like a bigger city that might not be quite possible.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of like little local places to go that are really nice.
Yeah.
But that kind of leads into the con that there's not a bunch of like. I feel like there's not a lot of ton of stuff to really go and do.
Yep. Yeah. So actually, like with that, like we see all these different businesses and all that are like known places, like Target, Walmart, and all that. But if you go to different other places around like Ohio or like out of state or whatever, you see all these like privately owned businesses and coffee shops and all that, and like we don't have any of that. You know, like I mean, yeah, we have like some things, but like most of it's like stuff that are no DQ. Like all these are Acme, like all these different places, and like it's not much of a diverse area in that way. But I don't know, and like did you know that like at one point, you know where Akron General is?
Yeah.
Even there, like was so different. What?
Oh yeah, because they hadn't constructed that at all.
Yeah. But I remember it like people were saying it might have been like a water park. I mean that's what they thought it was, or we were talking about it being, but like. Oh, that would have been something cool, like Green, Ohio, having a water park, like a. So I don't know. It was just like. There's just a lot of things, that like there's not much to do.
There isn't a lot to do.
Wow.
What do you do though?
What do I do?
In Green, Ohio.
Well, I like Central Park actually, for real. Like that's like it makes me feel. Like I'm not in Green, Ohio. Like
yeah, I think it's a really nice place.
It is really nice. I really like it there. I'm trying to think of stuff I do actually in Green. I go to Dunkin' and Starbucks. Those are like my two main places. But yeah, but like I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things I do. Really, honestly, not much. I'm actually trying to think, and I can't really think of.
Well, because I feel like a lot of the places that like people like us tend to go are like outside of Green, like slightly outside of Green.
Yeah.
Like you know Artisan.
Yeah.
That's a really nice place, but it's like I don't think that's technically within Green.
No, it's like Ellet, Spring, something like that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of the nicer places that we go tend to be like near Green, but not within it.
Right. No, yeah, like it would be like Jackson or Springfield or Coventry, like different areas. So yeah, but yeah, what wow, I'm trying to think. We'll think.
Well, what other places have you been to compare to Green? Like where have you gone?
Well,
maybe like a vacation or a trip or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, like that's a good question. So I'm just gonna compare it again. New York City, like. You know, it's constantly go, and like we had said that like in Green, there's not much going on, and like I feel like for me at least, I'm much more of a go person. Like I always want to be doing something. So like going to different coffee shops or going to this certain place or going to Central Park or doing all this different stuff. Like, and you really can't do that in Green. Like, I mean, you go to a coffee shop, but you're having, you know what the menu is going to be at like Starbucks. Whereas in like New York, there's all these different coffee shops and all these different things to do. And so that's different. Like that, like in New York, you're constantly going, and in Green, you're not really, just kind of like relaxing.
Right.
What about you? What do you think?
Well, I mean, Columbus, I've been on campus a few times. And it is kind of similar, I'd say not on quite a big scale as New York, though.
Yeah.
I've never been to New York, but just the way you describe it.
Yeah. When I went to Columbus when we went to OSU, I literally felt like I was in a mini New York. Because, like, there's so many different places to go, and, like, there's so many different people around and doing different things, and it's, But, like, you don't see, like, a group of people, like, walking down Green sidewalk. Like, you don't see that. Yeah, like, but like in Columbus or New York, like that's a known thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
everyone's doing it. It's college students, like, so.
Yeah. I just feel like where Green is, it's just not hustle and bustle.
Right, and I don't like that.
You want that hustle and bustle.
Yeah. I don't even know why, honestly. Like, 'cause like people are like I feel like if like you want that like constant go and everything, and you always have to be doing something, it's like, but why? It kind of feels like that would be stressful. Like, why do you always have to be doing something? But it's just like I get bored so easily. So like Yeah, that's why. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. But so, what do you find that like? Do you in Green, Ohio? Do you find that you want to like send your kids to green schools per se? Like we can even.
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
I think green. I mean, the green schools aren't like perfect or anything, but I'd say like compared to other schools and like what you hear from other schools, I feel like green's pretty adequate.
I agree. I like I've had like a lot of friends from different schools, and they're like, I'll say something like, "Oh, our school didn't have that," or "That's cool. I can't believe you guys have that," or like, and our school kind of goes unnoticed. Like I feel like our school's actually I keep saying our school, but like the Green District,
right?
Like
right,
actually very good for like compared to other schools around. So,
what are some of those things that you were like, "Oh, our school doesn't have that other people said they had"? Well, I know Jackson School has a restaurant.
yeah. So like I know they have like a Subway in their cafeteria or whatever and all that sort of stuff. Like that's amazing.
Crazy.
Some schools have like a pool, like Hoover has like for like swimming and all that. They have, like all that kind of stuff. But I know our school is like it's not like something that other schools don't have. But I know our school is really good academically. Like
oh, absolutely.
Like compared to some other schools I talked to, like you talk about like the average GPA and like all that sort of stuff. I'm like they're like what? Like our school's like really good in the academics. So I don't know. It's kind of cool, but but yeah. What is something that Green doesn't have that you wish that we had? Because I think about like Canal Fulton and I think about like sluggers and putters.
Oh, that would be a nice thing to have.
Remember I quit my job there? That's a good story time. Can we tell that story?
You can tell that story.
Cool. Well, say what so in Canal Fulton they have sluggers and putters.
I wish we had a sluggers and putters.
But we sort of do. Fun zone.
Oh, I guess we do. But slugger. Well, wait. I was gonna say they don't have go-karts, but they do.
They do. That's where I messed up.
I don't think I've really ever gone to Fun Zone. Maybe like once for like a school thing. But like
or twice or three times. Yeah.
I just feel like I'm at a point where I don't really go to sluggers and putters or places like that.
Yeah, and it's like because like honestly like really the only things you can do like in Green, go to the movies, which is not open right now, but go to the movies like for entertainment fun.
Yeah.
Go to the movies or go to Fun Zone because that's like kind of like a fun thing to do. I mean, and that's really like the only two big things I would say. But like just two things. Like there's nothing really else. Like and then like some people don't want to sit in a movie theater. Some people don't want to go karts. So there's nothing really in between other than like shopping.
I wish we had more like little coffee shops.
I agree. Yeah,
like Artisan have you ever been to Speakeasy?
No, but I've heard of it. I've been to Artisan, but not
Speakeasy. It's a bit smaller than Artisan, but the aesthetic. Oh
see,
my gosh.
It's all about that.
So nice.
Yep.
So nice. Such like a cozy place.
Gotcha.
You definitely go there sometime.
Is it in Akron or LA or where's it by? Do you know?
Canal Fulton.
Oh, okay. So it's more towards Canton area.
Is that the place where they have the brick streets?
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah. Does someone work at Speakeasy that we know? I swear I've heard people talk about Speakeasy. I don't know.
I don't know if we know anybody that works there, but it's well. First of all, that whole like Canal Fulton area with the brick streets is a really nice aesthetic.
Yeah.
In general.
So, yeah.
And Speakeasy just really plays into it, and it's really nice.
Yeah. So that's what my next point was. Like, I wish Green had like that, like brick streets, like in like that downtown area.
Yeah.
I would love that if like there was like an area
so much more nice.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, or like I don't know. Have you ever been to Barberton? They have that Lake Anna. It's like a little big or not little. It's like a big pond. They have like the Mum Fest and like different like.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That's so nice. Like I don't know, but like there are things that we have they don't have. They don't have a go-kart place.
They don't.
They don't have. Their movie theater is so small. Like it's there's only 2 theaters in there. So we have things they don't or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's but it kind of leads me going back to like Canal Fulton, the brick roads leads me to my story. So I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. I am so mad.
I've heard this story so many times and I don't even know.
I like honestly, I'm probably about some parts because I'm like I forget what this guy.
Tell it everything you can. I love it.
Okay, so basically, what had happened was 2 years ago, my junior year, I was really wanting a job, and it was really hard for me to find a job. I was like applying at like Target and like all the restaurants and all these different places, and I found an application for Sluggers and Putters, which is like a tourist attraction of Canal Fulton.
Yeah,
like it's like our Disneyland, but in Ohio. So basically I applied and I like heard back from the manager and I was like, oh my gosh, like already? Like it was a first job and I'm like, wow, like, this is amazing. And
it's
like,
gonna be a great.
Yeah, this is gonna be like awesome. Like this is awesome. So I went to the interview and I had the best interview. Like very nice people, like wonderful. Like it's actually a family owned business. So they were all just very wonderful. They're nice people. And like they would ask me questions about like performing and like being a theater kid. And they were like, "Oh, this is great for you then, because like you got to be like." And I'm like, "I'm not like forward, but you know, this is cool." Like, you know, like being characters and all that different stuff. So I was really like set on this. I was very happy and I really wanted to do it. And at this time, I actually told the guy that I was that interviewed me was like a teacher and he coached track. Oh. And I literally, I'm not even kidding. I literally was having a talk with him about like running and like an upcoming meet. Like I was like, yeah, I'm competing. Like, you know, like I run track and like he was like,
kind
wow,
of a big deal.
Yeah. And he was like, wow, that's cool. And he's like, what events do you do? And I told him like, oh, I don't coach any of those. But that's cool. And I'm like, so. Of course, I dropped out of track, but you know,
that's a story for a whole.
That's a whole story about sports will be coming up.
Yeah, we'll do one of those. How you quit track not once but twice.
But so we kind of related in that, and I got like hired on. So basically, I pretty much found out I got hired on. However, we had to go through a second interview with the head manager. This is the guy I had trouble with. So I was like, oh, no big deal. Like I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. Like Sluggers and Putters, kid friendly. Like he's gonna be nice, you know, and all this stuff. So we had the meeting and I had the interview with him. He was really nice. He was like you could tell he's very strict, but he was very nice. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I'm not gonna give him any problems. Like literally, I'm not. So at this time, I was right. At this time, I was actually also working at Poncho, so I actually messed that part up. I had thought that I wasn't working anywhere, but this.
It was going to be like your second job.
It was going to be my second job, but I was going to quit Ponchos, basically. I was wanting something else. So I get hired on. Everything's going fine. Everything's going well. And basically, at my interview, I told you he was strict. And he told me at the interview, he said, whatever you do, if you ever have to request any days off, you put it in the app. Okay, we had this app that we all used. I'm like, okay. And he's like, and they were also very strict in that, like, if you had any days you cannot work, they probably want to hire you. Like, it was basically, if there was more than 3 days in a row you cannot work, they want to hire you. That's So in the moment, I'm like, it had a place for you to write down conflicts. And I had let him know about these certain days that I had. And I said, these are the days, like, and if you can't work on it, I understand. He was like, it's okay, but you have to put in the app. If you just let me know in the app, that's how we'll communicate. I'm like, okay. So everything was fine. And so we went through training the first day. It was like the first training. He was like, I could tell he was really, really rude. He was like, the first thing he said was this kid, he showed up and he wasn't on time. Like he was on time, but like, you know that rule that Mr. B taught us, like if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time, whatever. So he was not 5 minutes early, he was right on the dot. Okay, which is, he may have been 1 minute early. And the kid walks in, he's like signing in, and the head owner was like, you're late. And we're all sitting at like this big long table like this. And he's like, you're late. And the kid was like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, don't ever be late again. He was like, you're late. And he was like, didn't your email say this time? He's like, yeah. And you're late. You're 50 seconds late. And he's like, okay. And he like sat down. But he was actually like on, at that time that he was told to be there. So that was the whole thing. I'm like, this is really bad. Mm-hmm. So then we're all sitting there. And then towards the end, he's like, okay, everybody, we're going to go out there and we're going to learn like every single ride and all that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we go out there, and before we go out, the owner was like, everyone put your phones in the middle. You guys are all put in a basket. I'm not letting you have your guys' phones out there. I'm not trusting you guys with your phones. So we're all like, okay. And we're like, sorry. And his son was like, no, they're fine. We're going to eventually use them again for some stuff. They're fine. He's like, I want them in the basket. And they're like arguing back and forth. But this is our first day. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then we go outside and his son's like very paranoid. His son's like mad. You can tell like his son just doesn't really get like he's just mad. And so then eventually, I get trained. I was one of the 6 people chosen to go on the go-karts to be the go-kart navigator. Yep, lucky me. So I go over there and the guy, and it wasn't anyway. It was actually like a work they have, but he was very nice. He was like, this is how you do it. Like if you have any questions, let me know, and all this stuff. And I was like, okay. So I'm like working the go-kart, and I'm like, mine was the only one that started smoking. Okay, I'm like trying to pull this thing, it's not working. They're all looking like, so it starts smoking. I like walk away, act like it's not me. And the guy, he's nice. He's like, oh, okay, this is not what not to do. He's like, you got to make sure this. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And everyone's like looking at me, and like, of course, my go-kart was the one I was acting up the whole time, smoking, making sounds. And
now,
all that
are
stopping.
you sure you did it 100% correct?
Oh, 100%. And he literally said, he said something like, one of the go-karts, or like 2 of the go-karts kind of acted up a little bit. Of course I got that one. Because literally everyone, all they did was you had to like flip the switch and then you pull, like a lawnmower. So you like flip the switch up or whatever and then you pull and then like it starts. Well, I did that and my go-kart started smoking.
Ooh.
So of course I'm like, oh my God, I'm on the radar. They're like writing me up already. So that happened. And then like, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be on go-karts probably. So everything else was fine. So then towards the end we did the, rock wall, and you got to get in like this harness, but like not all of us were going to get in the harness because there was only 2 of them. So like the owner's son was like, not all, if you guys want to try it, let me know, but like I'm only going to have like 2 of you guys do it, and then we can all see how it goes on, but just as long as you guys know how to hook it up. So they're on there and like they're doing it, and all of a sudden he goes down, and we're walking back in, and the son, the owner, the dad was like, were they trained on that? And his son was like, yeah, and his dad was like, so they all had the harness on? And he's like, no, there's like 2 of them, but we all showed them how. He's like, so they weren't trained. And he walked away, and he like radioed into a walkie-talkie or whatever. I'm like, what the heck? So this would be a whole mess. So then like we're walking, and this guy shows up for his shift, and the guy's like, hi, to the owner, like insert owner's name, and he's like, clean the elephant. I want you to wipe down the whole entire elephant. So like this kid's like, okay. He's like climbing up on this ladder, like wiping on this big elephant with like a cloth. He like didn't even say hi. He's like, go clean the elephant. I'm like, this guy's rude.
Yeah.
Like, so then fast forward a little bit. That was kind of like just giving you like setting the stage for how this guy was. So I had told this guy, I had the one conflict I had on my sheet. I had to put it in, and it got approved. So like I put it in, but you don't like send a message and they have to like say yes or no. Basically, you just put it in. They get you off for it.
Okay.
So I put it in, and it automatically like said like, request approved or whatever, and like they put the extra right away. So that happened. Okay, so then the next day I put another request in, and it never got approved. But I'm like, okay, well they have to know. Like I don't really know what to do. Like it wasn't like approved, and I was just like they got it on their end. So I was like, okay, but it didn't say anything about being off on that day because I was scheduled that day, and it didn't say I was off. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. So I sent it again, and nothing happened. Like okay, what do I do? Because he said everything goes through the app. So mind you, I'm at Poncho's working. I get this terrible phone call. Like, I can't believe you would do this. Like, I am expecting you here right now. Like, unless you're around this park doing something, I can't find you. I don't know where you're at. This is so disrespectful. This is so rude, so unprofessional. I'm like, what? I'm like, I literally told this guy multiple times, twice on this app that he told me to communicate through, that I had to be out this day, and you guys didn't give it to me. I don't, like, it wasn't like a proof thing. It was like, this is where all your conflicts go, and they will put it in the schedule.
Right.
So, and I let them know right off the bat, like, these are the days I couldn't work. And, like, it was a whole mess, and he was like accusing me of like lying and saying that I was gonna be there. I'm like, I put it through the app twice, like, so it was a whole mess. But that was literally I hadn't even started yet. That was my first shift. That one shift, because the first shift I had it requested off, and the second shift I put it in there too. So I had never been there to actually work. I mean, I only went through the training days, and I'm like, good thing I didn't, because he was really rude. Like I'm like, I don't know how anybody can stand being there. And being as nosy as I am, I actually went to their Facebook and looked at the reviews, and there are some parents on there saying how like evil he was to their kids, and I'm like, so see how that works.
I mean, I guarantee if that's how he treated you, that's how he treats everybody. Especially how you were talking about how he treated his kids.
Yeah, and you could tell they were so like tired of him. Like they were just like, I don't even want to be working here, but this is a family-owned business, so I have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so bad, but. back to like Green, Ohio, like I just wish like we had something like that because like bumper boats, golf course, laser tag, bumper cars, like that would be fun.
Laser tag would be cool.
You know what? I think all the laser tags are closing after this COVID thing. I'm pretty sure. I've heard that a lot of the ones that are local have closed.
I mean, I guarantee because they don't have.
Even before they didn't have really much business.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, are they allowed to be open right now? Because
I don't think so. I don't think that was the approved list or whatever.
Because like in laser tag, right before you go into like the maze, they take you into that really small room
where you
to
put
give
your
you
stuff
the
on.
rules.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean that can't be.
I'm gonna look it up. I love laser tag.
Laser tag's so much
It was
fun.
the best thing ever.
There was I guess it was laser tag like, but it was in Disney World when I went down there once with my family. It was called The Void, and it's basically this VR thing.
Oh.
You'd so you put on like these big packs and like and a VR headset on top, and it was Star Wars themed. So like once you get in, you're in this like spaceship and you're flying down to.
But
like,
you're still going through like a maze and stuff.
You're going through a maze, but it looks like stuff from Star Wars because you have the headset on.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you're going through this maze. It's not really like you don't have as much freedom as you do in laser tag where you can go wherever because it's kind of like a story. You walk through the story.
Okay.
And it was so cool.
Was it?
Yeah, because the planet you go down to was a lava planet. When the doors open and you go to the lava planet, you can feel the heat.
No way.
From the lava like 100 feet below you because you're on like this platform.
Wow.
You can feel the heat, and then eventually you pick up like little laser guns and you start shooting like stormtroopers, the bad guys from Star Wars. And when you get hit, you feel like you got hit.
No way.
Yeah, and
wow,
you're like walking around this base. And of course you can touch everything because they make the walls like. When we were doing it, we had like a technical difficulty, so like halfway through, well, it was more near the start, so it wasn't like super bad or anything, but we got a chance to take our our VR sets off, and we got to see what it looked like without the VR, and it was just like these black walls. Nothing was painted, but it had all the texture that the walls in the game would have. So at one point, there's like this little like droid, this little robot guy on the ground, and I just patted his head because I was like, look, this is really you. And of course you can all see each other, the other players. It was a four-person thing.
Oh, 4 people, okay.
Yeah, and we were all like in like Star Wars clothes and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
I wish we had something like that.
Well, there's Arena 51 laser tag in Cleveland. It looks like a pretty interesting one.
Ooh.
And that is open.
For now.
Right. So it says, we sanitize the laser tag gear between each round of play. We are socially distancing the briefing and vesting processes and can offer a completely social distance experience. We are also following all Ohio guidelines for safe operation. Masks are required. That would be something fun to do. We should do that.
Yeah. I think...
Heck dinner. We should go to laser tag for Cody's birthday.
I think the problem that laser tag faces is that it's all indoors.
True.
Like,
sure.
Have you ever gone paintballing?
No.
We're gonna go do that.
Can we please?
Yes.
Where do you go for that?
My brother-in-law's bachelor party, we went paintballing, and that wasn't too long ago. It was pretty far. It was like a few hours away, but I think it was because we had to get closer to like the other people going to the party.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone was kind of spread out.
Yeah.
And we drove like a decent amount. I think there's one closer to us though.
Let me see. Yeah, there's Intense Paintball, Canton, Ohio.
But yeah, let's do paintball.
Wait, but is it indoors? This looks like it's indoors.
Some paintball might be indoors. Let me see the one here. I've been to an indoor paintball thing before. Oh, I've been to that exact same one you're looking at right now.
It has to hurt so bad. I am not kidding. Like, wait, hold up. I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
Well, Carson, here's the thing. You gotta layer up. You gotta layer up like a ton. Like when I went for the bachelor party.
Oh, you said you wore like a hoodie and stuff like that?
I had a long sleeve shirt on. I had 2 hoodies on. I had I think I just wore jeans. I think I might have had pants on top of my jeans though, so 2 layers there.
Okay. Because mainly people are gonna hit you in your upper.
Yeah, mainly like your torso is like your biggest part of your body, so that's the part that's gonna be hit most.
Okay.
And also the helmets they give you.
They give you pretty good helmets then.
The helmets are pretty good. They're
Oh, that's true.
they have like tops. It doesn't cover the whole top of your head, but there's like a shield.
And then it goes down.
Yeah, so it's like slanted, so it's super hard to get hit in the top of the head.
Right, and you'd have to be going like that.
Well,
Right.
because the paintballs have a slight arc to them.
Oh, okay.
So I have been hit in the head before.
Ooh,
paintball,
ouch.
on the top of the head. That
At least
was.
it's on top and not your where everything's at.
Oh yeah. Like if you get hit in the face,
But it's hard.
gonna hurt, but because you're wearing the mask, it doesn't hurt as bad as you may think.
Okay.
Um,
Can we
but
please do that?
we will.
Wait, when? Let's see.
Whenever you want, Carson. So the one
We
that
can like group together too. Want to?
yes.
Wait, can you like reserve your part or like?
yeah.
It's not. You don't have to do it with everybody, right? You can just do it with your group.
You can reserve. I'm pretty sure the one that you looked at earlier, because I went there for a birthday a long while back. But the people who his parents, they reserved the place just for us.
Nice.
So we got to go there play paintball, but make sure you layer up everywhere is the thing, because for the bachelor party, I forgot to bring gloves.
Oh, I gotta bring gloves.
You are gonna want gloves, maybe 2 pairs of gloves.
Okay, wait. Are like what kind of like boxing gloves? What kind of gloves are we talking?
Boxing gloves.
You can come in with these big claws on.
No, like winter gloves.
Okay, that's okay.
Because I didn't wear gloves, and lo and behold, guess where I got hit?
In
my hand.
And you thought you broke it, didn't you?
I did. I swear, when I got hit,
No.
I swear I broke it.
Nope. No way. You did not break your.
I didn't. But that's how hard, like, because it hit. Because
oh yeah,
your finger is
so
like basically
fragile.
bone.
Yeah.
Like there's that very thin skin layer, and so it basically hit full impact on my bone, and that hurt a lot. But like getting hit just in the chest or something.
If you're layered up and all that.
If you're layered up, you're fine.
Cool.
And if
and
you
I
want
can
to
even
bring
keep like a hood.
I took a hood, put
Yeah.
my hood up, because I learned from the previous experience I don't want to get hit in the head.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. So it's a
So
lot of fun.
I mean, do you hear of a
definitely-
lot of like injury, like people get really injured? I mean, it probably not. It just like.
If you're smart, you're not going to get injured. If you wear layers.
Cool.
Like
Gloves.
there will be people who go in like short sleeves. They're gonna get bruised up so bad.
Yeah,
and
right.
Even with layers, you're probably gonna get bruises a little bit, but like compared to what people
would get
with
if they
no
weren't.
layers, and like you have to wear the masks, because if you if you get hit in your eye with a paintball, you'd go blind. You're done. Game over. You're blind.
Game over. They're like, okay, game over. This guy is now blind, but game over.
So whenever you go to a paintball place, they're super strict about where your paintball guns, like, they have safeties on them, making sure your safety's on, and wearing your masks always.
Oh, so what's the safety do?
Well, the safety, you turn safety on, and that doesn't let you fire.
Oh, makes sense. So, okay.
Yeah. So once you get in, like, and they have little, like, different game types when you go to paintball, like capture the flag or just eliminate the other team. So it's not always the same thing. You can do different types of things.
So it's like a trust thing. So like if you're playing eliminate the other team and people get hit and how do you know for sure they're actually gonna say they got hit or?
Well, the rule is with most paintball, the ones that I've been to, the rule is if the paint splatters on you, you're out, and it's just kind of like be honest with yourself. And if you think someone is being dishonest, you can ask the ref, because they have refs in the game.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And you say, hey, ref, can you check that guy to see if I hit him? And he'll be like, oh no, he didn't get hit, or yeah, he's hit, and you.
Because he would be able to see the color on it, or
Yeah, because not all paintballs don't always explode on impact. Sometimes they bounce off. It's pretty rare, but if you get that lucky that it just bounces off, you're still in the game. You're only out until the paint blows up on you.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's a lot of fun.
I want to really do that.
We should do it. We'll get a bunch of people together and
who well. Yeah.
Our creative directors. Let's take Mason and Kylie paintball.
Like no.
They
I can't go.
They'd never go paintballing with us.
They'd be so scared. Oh, no, I can't do that. Wow. We can.
Let's definitely. Let's
try to do it. Can we actually please do that?
We'll do it, and then we'll do an episode on our experience with it.
Sure. Also, we were talking about paintball and all that. I want to do a color run. That is another thing too. I want to do a color run.
What's that?
It's like they splat paint all over you and you run. It's like a marathon.
It's just a marathon, but they hit.
It's called Akron Color Run.
I have never heard of that.
And I didn't even know if they'll have it this year because of it, but. Okay, there's nothing on it yet, but look, you just kind of get like, there's paint all over you and stuff, and you just run.
So what's the paint for?
It's just like
just
color
for
run,
fun?
so it's just for fun, yeah.
Okay.
And like at the finish line, there's like more paint you run into and stuff. And it look fun.
Yeah.
But I want a paintball.
We'll paintball.
Let's see. Sure.
We're gonna go paintballing. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna
Color
go
run.
biking, color run.
Biking, color run, paintball, laser tag.
Laser tag.
That sounds like a fun.
That's a good.
Yeah.
We'll go try and do as much as that as we can. We're gonna try and do it all.
What's our first one?
I don't know.
Cool.
I
think
guess
the
it
Cleveland
depends on the
laser
weather.
tag would be fun.
Cleveland laser tag?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. Well, we gotta think about people to invite, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll figure that out later.
Sorry if you don't get an invite now that you know that we're actually planning it. So if you don't get an invite, we don't like you. Okay? That's how it is. Okay? JK.
Brutal, Carson.
That was kind of rude, wasn't it?
It was.
It kind of was. So. But yeah, that's fun. So, Green, Ohio. It should have laser tag.
It should have
paintball. It should have the color run.
It should. And it should have bike trails. And it should
and you know what it should have? Sluggers and putters. What if I just like opened up with sluggers and putters?
You could go work there.
Right, but
they might not recognize you now.
We would literally just copy the name, sluggers and putters.
Oh, you're saying we should open our own?
Yeah, no.
And
like
call
in
it
green.
Sluggers and Putters.
Yep, 2.0. The real deal. 2.0. The real deal without Tim. That's his name.
No
But
bossy managers here.
No. We're still opening up a coffee shop, okay?
We're going to open our coffee shop.
Are we really doing that?
We're really going to do
Okay,
it.
I'm planning on it right now, so.
We're going to open it up. It's going to have a super nice aesthetic.
It will.
You're going to
have pictures on the wall.
Pictures on the wall. You're already a coffee expert.
I'm the CEO of Starbucks,
so we're pretty much halfway there if you think about it.
We're all the way there, really. Just
kidding. We'll get little pastries.
Are we gonna have like a big building or just like kind of small? I think kind of small.
Kind of small.
Because I feel like if it's too big, then it's kind of like you kind of get lost in there. But if it's small, then like it's like an intimate space. And
we want something small, cozy.
Yep, and our tables would be like made out of wood.
Ooh.
Like logs. It's kind of like an artisan vibe. Don't they have like?
They have wooden tables there.
Yeah. And like we'll like cut the stuff and then we'll have it out there and then. Whoop. We should really do that.
We should.
It wouldn't be that much. Like if we combine, like if we, it can maybe even have like a, like we can even like, well no. It really wouldn't be that bad.
I don't think it'd be that bad. Small coffee.
We're doing it.
And people, and you know what? Green has no coffee shops.
Right.
We'll be the first one. We're monopolizing Green in Ohio.
But are we gonna stick to it?
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Okay.
We'll be with that coffee shop till it burns to the ground.
I'll like light it on fire the next day. I don't want this thing anymore.
Yeah. We'll have it for one day.
Coffee shop planning. Should we spell shop SHOPE?
Is that going to be the name of it? Coffee shop?
No.
We got to
It'll
come
be-
up with something nice. It has to be like a different language, though.
Oh, 100%. Cafe. Welcome to cafe. Hello, welcome to cafe. Like sitting by the door with a tray. Hello, welcome to cafe. Want a sample of my coffee? No, let's think.
Would you like that cafe large or smaller?
Would you like sugar or no sugar? Would you like an ice or hot day? Can we please let's actually come up with a name. Let's think of it. An hour BS.
No, we can't name it that.
Chilling with BSCC.
It's got to be something that rolls off the tongue, you know.
Right.
Something simple, something not like
coffee caddy.
What's caddy?
Like carried along caddy.
Huh?
Wait, what? Caddy's CADDY. Caddy.
What's caddy?
A small storage container. The coffee caddy.
The coffee caddy. We could have that.
Countless coffee caddies.
When you say coffee caddy, I think of a
golf.
No, I think of a food truck, but like a coffee truck. That could be something.
You know, like I literally was thinking about it before. I'm not even kidding.
A coffee truck?
Yeah, so instead of like an ice cream truck, it's coffee, and you like go around every day of the year. Like, it doesn't have to be like during the summers only, but you just go around house to house. Like people are working from home, and as society, like we're seeing an increase of people working from home. I feel like.
Yeah.
Right?
The only problem is I don't know. Would people walk out to you in the winter to get coffee?
No, but I mean we could always even like do like a call service where they text it. They text their address and we go right up to their
caddy coming to you.
We go to their we go in their driveway, so they don't have to walk fast at all, or we just walk up to the door. Can we actually think about doing that?
We could do that. And maybe like.
Would you actually do that though?
Yeah, and maybe in like the summer and spring, or whenever it's just warm, we can park it in like a park or something.
Right, and they just come up to
or
it.
Park it outside of school. You know those kids would be lining up.
100%. And then eventually we'll make a lot of money from that, hopefully, and then we can just get a place instead of driving it around. You're not gonna do it.
What do you mean? Why? You're not gonna do it.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. 100%. 100%.
You doubt me?
I'll be cutting off arms and going to my coffee caddy later at the end of work. So no, for real.
That's where we'll film
that's
our
what
podcast in the coffee caddy.
Are you being for real?
Yeah.
100%.
Coffee caddy.
This is on videos.
I've never been more real than coffee caddy than I have for coffee caddy.
My question is, do you think we'll be able to like hook up the espresso machines in the? Well, yeah, we'd have to have electric. We'd have to have.
I mean, food trucks have electricity.
Yeah. So basically, essentially, one person would be driving and one person would be making the drinks, and then we'd like switch up. We got to do it though. We can't back out now. We got it. It's on video.
It's on video.
This is no joke, guys. No joke at all.
Well, do you want to start with the? Do we start with the shop or the caddy? Because.
Or we can, because if we start with the shop, then we can be, oh my gosh, we're offering a new service where we come to you.
Yeah.
Or we come to you, and guess what? Now we have an open business, so you guys can come and chill. So it can go either or.
I think we start with the shop, and then get the caddy.
Okay.
Because I think, when people think of coffee, the idea that we have is the aesthetic and sitting down for a nice cup of coffee in a nice, quiet, cozy space. I think that's where we start.
And then from there we branch out.
And then once we have enough money to get food truck, caddy, we get caddy.
There you go. I really don't even see it being that much money.
A small little place?
It could be so tiny. With 3 or 4 tables. And then from there...
Depends on how much the coffee, the makers make, but I don't think it'd be that.
Well... Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a good amount, but not a ton.
I think we only have 2 people. So it would be us two, or like you'd work a shift, I'd work a shift then, and then like we'd have another person on, so it'd be 2 total people per shift. That would be fine.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be small enough that would be fine, and especially like, I mean, I think at like a smaller space would be just as fine. Like if you go to a Subway, if you go into like a Subway, there's only like five tables. That's it,
Yeah.
and no one really dines in anymore.
We just give them a nice even spacing between the tables.
Yep.
Power outlets so people can plug stuff in or whatever. Because people.
I think that would actually. I'm not even kidding. That'd
be
be really. That would a coffee shop would be really
especially
successful.
here.
What if we actually did it for real? There's always open like spots.
Yeah. Nice little spot.
Tired of this. Let me see something.
Are you looking up real estate?
What do you look at?
To buy a place?
Well, we'd lease a place, right? We'd like.
Probably, yeah. I
know
don't even
there's-
know what to search.
Okay, and shops of green. We literally can do it. We literally can. How to
Places to buy near me. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
places and plazas.
Ooh.
To rent would be retail space for lease.
Retail space for lease.
There we go.
Retail space for rent near me. Auto-filled in. Get a complete list of listings. Oh, retail space.
Starbucks building.
We can buy out Starbucks.
What the heck? Wait,
is that for sale?
Well, there's like have you ever been to Starbucks in Arlington? By that Walmart in Arlington across the street? There's like a place connected to it. It's like next to it or whatever. Okay, I'm not really sure how this works.
Neither am I. We'll look into it afterwards. But
I'm about to buy it tonight. JK.
Buy.
Wait, is Cece's Pizza going?
Oh, buy out Cece's Pizza. I mean, have you ever been inside? That's not like a bad place for a little.
It's really not.
You'd have to redesign a few things, I think, but give it a new paint scheme. Get rid of that red.
See, here's the thing. So it's saying, okay. So wait, can you look up something?
Yes. What do you need me to
Okay,
look up?
so it says $28 per square foot per year. So do 28 times 2,700.
$75,600.
So that's how much it would be a year to get a place. So scratch that.
That's like a house. I guess houses are more expensive, but still.
It's fine. We'll get there one day.
We'll build our own.
One day. Yeah. Or we'll just be like in our basements. Just like start making our basement.
Well,
start some. Yeah.
I went to a while back. I went camping at Mohican with Kevin and Celeste,
Mm-hmm.
and while we were there, we visited this little town called Loudonville. Really tiny town, a lot smaller than Green. It's this really just cute aesthetic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a coffee shop there that was purely made on donations.
Oh, okay.
They were like, hey, if you guys want to have a coffee shop here, we need the money, and if you guys really want it, we'll pay you. And the idea of it would be that people can come in whenever and just work, but like
It'd be volunteer work?
it'd be volunteer.
Wow. So then essentially we'd be getting the money?
It's a charity coffee shop.
So whatever money comes in goes to charity. Cool. You think Green would do that?
I don't think Green would do that. Loudonville seemed pretty tight knit a community.
Well, I'm thinking. Here's the thing. I'm really thinking about. I don't even really think that the dine-in is really essential. Like,
you don't think so?
Not right off the bat. Like, I feel like
you want to start with Caddy.
Well, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. So what if like we open up this coffee business? We have the space to put all these tables, but then people don't like our coffee. So we're like, we spent all that money on these, and like, but then we know that if we start at the Caddy, then we know that we're going to be having the same exact coffee, and we're going to have a smaller space, and it'll be more affordable.
Got you.
So then,
I see what you're saying.
So then, and we would put more money into promoting and advertising our Caddy. So like, hey, letting you all know that our Caddy's coming up and around your neighborhood on this day, and like we can go to different neighborhoods on certain days. And they're not expensive. They're literally vans and vehicles that you can get for not that much.
Up right now. $5,000.
That's not bad at all.
Compared to what we just looked at, the $75,000.
Yeah, but then because we know that like our coffee's not going to be ever changing, so this gives them more of a feel for what our coffee's going to be like, and we're going to still get an income in.
Yeah.
And then, like I had said, we can invest more on advertisement, so people know in the community who we are. Because like I don't think people are going to see random van out in their neighborhood and be like, "Is that a coffee caddy?" You know what I'm saying? So we'd have to do like of course advertising.
Yeah,
and
big sign on the top of the caddy saying "Coffee Caddy."
Yeah, it'd be like McDonald's, but CC, coffee caddy.
Ooh, Carson Coombs.
See how that goes around? Our BS, CC.
Yeah. Coffee Caddy, Carson Coombs, our BS.
BS?
Yes.
Can we? I'm not kidding. I actually want to do that. Hold on.
Well, that's how $5,000 for the food truck. We'd also have to get the coffee and the coffee machines. So they're like, how much is coffee machine?
Right, that's the thing. So.
What's like a
coffee espresso machines? They're expensive, but we don't have to get the highest quality. Like, this Bad Boy 3000.
That would be a lot, but the one I'm looking at now is only $300. It's kind of small though, but I don't think we need something super big.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Ooh, this one fills 2 cups at the same time.
See, we can mess around with that one. Like, even $1,000, if we combined, that wouldn't be a lot at all.
No.
But I mean, we'd have to make sure we're at, like, we'd actually have to get everything set up first, and then this would be our last purchase, I feel like. Okay, realistically, here's the thing. So, if all the stuff that has to go into building that van, so we have to do a whole demolish of it. Because if essentially if we're setting up like if we're setting up like a bar, like, have you ever been to a coffee bar and they're making the drinks? Okay, so if we're setting up like that, like we'd always have to take all the chairs out. We'd have to connect to electricity. Like we have to make our van we have to make it able to connect, like plug in or start or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you need like electricity is what you mean?
Well, okay. So basically, if we had this van as a coffee caddy or whatever, it would be a van, but it would have to be totally remodeled to be like an actual place to make drinks.
Yes.
Like we won't still have the van seats in there and stuff like that because that just wouldn't make sense.
The food truck I looked up one and it was like a trailer kind of thing.
Okay.
That was in the back, and the trailer was made specifically for. Like,
can you tell me that link? Do you still have it?
Here I can. How much for? Food truck vintage 1 set. Oh wait. Stop. Yeah. Okay, I got the link. There you go. That was the thing I looked at. It's like a trailer, so we could just hook it up to one of our cars, just drive it around.
Oh wow. Oh, so you're.
So
so you're talking about getting an actual food truck.
I'm saying actual food truck. So like, we wouldn't have to get rid of the seats or anything. We just have.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. And also,
Gotcha.
I feel like a van might be scary.
You think?
We'd be the white van,
Well,
but ours would have coffee stains on it.
Well, here's the problem with this food truck, though. Essentially, we'd have to park somewhere in order for people to come up. It wouldn't be like a stop and go. Like if this connect to our car, if we're say you're driving and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, because I don't think someone's gonna stay in that, are they?
Yeah.
Wait.
Why not? Why couldn't they? Why couldn't
Wait,
someone?
really?
Yeah. Why couldn't someone?
You think that's allowed?
One of us driving, the other in the back, just making coffee.
Do we think that's okay? I'm still kind of confused how this is $5,000 though, because I feel like it'd be more expensive for a whole trailer like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well, maybe because it is a trailer and not an actual truck.
But like I could sleep in this thing. It's like a little house.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I just feel like trucks would be more expensive because they have the engine and everything. But we're just pooling this. This is just a restaurant on wheels, if you think about it.
True.
And I think because it's also probably empty, and we'd have to supply. Maybe it has like a sink or something, but we'd probably have to supply like the espresso machine, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and I think essentially we'd have to do like we'd have to get the $1,000 one because that one has all the features. So if you're making a flat white cappuccino, you know, the milk foams differently, but you gotta think about it's all gonna be trial and error. Of course, everything is, but like when we first start, like we're gonna have to pay for milk, non-dairy, flavors, cups. There's a lot we have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Coffee caddy coming soon.
Coffee caddy coming soon, maybe in like the next 10 years. But it's still coming.
It's still coming.
I was thinking like when we have our careers and all that, we'll have an income. It won't even make a dent in our.
It'll be a side column.
Right. I said this is not going to start like next month.
No.
Because I feel like
We're
partially when
be
we were talking about it.
then.
Right. We have yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
At least we have a plan. So we know it's coffee caddy.
Coffee caddy.
We know it's going to be on wheels. To start. We know we got to pay for an espresso machine. And we know that we're just going to try it out and see what's going to happen. It's all going to take place in Green, Ohio. Because let's see how it all comes around, okay? I don't want you guys to think we forgot about talking about Green, Ohio, where we live, okay? We're still talking about it. This is only going to be in Green, Ohio.
Because we're going to make it better.
Right. We're gonna make this community better.
Yes.
We're gonna make it so people can be like, oh my gosh, a coffee on wheels? Coffee shop on wheels? What? My gosh, so exciting.
And people
we'll like,
all around the world will be like, I've never heard of a coffee shop on wheels. I have to go visit Coffee Caddy. And we'll get people from all over.
100%. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And then we'll be able to decorate inside like of our trailer and like make it ours.
Give it a nice, cool aesthetic.
What colors are what? I think like a teal would be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Or a teal or like a turquoise.
Yeah, something like you'd see in the sea.
Yeah, or like a teal and a yellow. Ooh, like a vintage. Ooh. Talking about like the old color vintage.
Yeah. I see what you're getting at.
Wow. So what an episode! We talked a lot about this. Started from
Green, Ohio to Coffee Caddy.
To Coffee Caddy in Green, Ohio. We're having our Coffee Caddy located in Green, Ohio.
And after we get the caddy, we're going to get a whole shop too.
Right? And don't worry, I have this apron that I'm ready to wear.
You brought your Starbucks apron?
I always put my book bag just because this is what I take to work. So
Gotcha.
Love that. Okay.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Whoa,
we still have 30 seconds left.
But yeah, what a fun episode. Comment down below.
Yeah, give us comments. Things that you'd like to see from us.
Any questions
forward.
for us?
We'll want to do an episode in the future just answering questions maybe.
Right, and we can even do call-ins.
We could do call-ins.
So that's gonna be a fun thing too. We'll really consider it and we'll look into it and see you guys ask some questions and call-ins. And so yeah.
Awesome. Well, now you can say.
Now,
Thank you for watching
an hour of BS.